And they also bring a series on why children with disability struggle in primary school. First Lady bids farewell to French ambassador, and also General Muhoozi Kainerugaba meets West Nile youth. The Netball netball team captain was seen raising their trophy after the senior presidential advisor on special operations, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, handed it to her for emerging winners in the Muhoozi Project tournament on Saturday. Arua City football team won the men's trophy. Muhoozi was in West Nile over the weekend to support local sports talent. He gave out motorcycles to the outstanding team leaders and players. It's in today's New Vision. Well, 1,159 secondary schools certified as vocational centers. We'll now go straight to the Daily Monitor. And also in the New Vision, there are over 100 jobs and tenders from different organizations. That is in the Agriculture Ministry is having job opportunities, Deposit Protection Fund, USO, Must Accord, and many others. Get yourself a copy of today's New Vision and see where you can get yourself a job. You could land yourself a job in the Agriculture Ministry. In the Daily Monitor today, Ebola cases rise up to 5 in Kampala. Health living, all you need to know about organ transplants, and more people losing property over loans. Businesses collapse and individuals lose homes to creditors as ravages of COVID-19 and associated lockdown star rising loan defaults, leading to properties advertised for auction in the first half of this year, doubling numbers of similar pre-pandemic period. They bring you the details of this in today's Daily Monitor. And also, more Congolese flee to Uganda. Prices of land in cities, municipalities soar. It's in today's Daily Monitor. Allow me to go straight into the international news update. In neighboring Tanzania, emergency workers are battling to extinguish a fire on the slopes of Africa's highest peak, Mountain Kilimanjaro, having managed to contain parts of it, according to officials. The fire started on Friday night near one of the mountain's most popular climbing routes. They say they have seen great success in controlling the fire on Mount Kilimanjaro, and that's according to Tanzania's natural resources and tourism industry. It is not clear how the fire started. Videos posted on social media on Saturday appeared to show large flames and a blanket of smoke engulfing parts of the forest surrounding the mountain. Efforts are continuing in Tanzania to extinguish a fire that has broken out on Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest peak in Africa. The source of the fire is yet to be disclosed. Moving on, a network of illegal oil pipelines being unearthed in Nigeria's Niger Delta region has revealed the extent of oil theft in the country, astounding even the most cynical about Nigeria's obscure but hugely lucrative oil industry. In Delta State, thieves built their own 4 kilometers long pipeline through the heavily guarded creeks to the Atlantic Ocean. There, barges and vessels blatantly loaded the stolen oil from a 24-foot rig visible from miles on the open waters. Crude oil is in Nigeria's main export, but production and revenue has been dwindling for years because of thieves, according to authorities. Oil production fell from 2.5 million barrels per day in 2011 to just over a million in July 2022, according to the regulator. Authorities say more than $3.3 billion has been lost to crude oil theft since last year, and at a time when other oil producers are having petrodollars pledge, Nigeria can't even meet its own production. Now, in Ukraine, the country has condemned unsubstantiated claims by Russia that Kyiv might use a dirty bomb convention explosives laced with radioactive materials. President Volodymyr Zelensky said this meant Russia itself could be preparing an attack of this kind. Ukraine's allies also dismissed the claims with the United States, saying it rejected any pretext for Russian escalation. Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu made the dirty bomb remarks in a call with his UK counterpart Ben Wallace. He said he was concerned about possible provocations by Kyiv involving the use of dirty bombs. Still about the war in Russia and Ukraine, a Russian military plane has crashed into a residential area in southern Siberia, according to local authorities. The Sukhoi Su-30 fighter aircraft landed on a two-story house in the city of Irkutsk region, according to regional governor Igor Kobzev. The governor said he was at the scene and both pilots had been killed, but no residents were hurt. According to the Russian military, the Russian Ministry of Emergency Situations, the jet was on a test flight when it came down. Footage on social media showed the plane diving almost vertically before crashing into a fireball, sending thick black smoke into the sky. Moving on, a powerful hurricane made a landfall in western Mexico yesterday, causing heavy rains, flash flooding, and landslides. Roslyn, a Category 3 hurricane, came ashore in Nayarit state with maximum winds of 196 kilometers per hour. The hurricane has since been downgraded to a tropical cyclone and is expected to dissipate overnight. Images of its aftermath showed flooded roads and upturned vehicles in Nayarit, with collapsed roofs and damaged homes in the worst affected area, Tequala. Further south, along the coasts in Ciulita, people were pictured wading through and clearing mud from the streets in the area. In China, their leader Xi Jinping has moved into a historical third term in power as he revealed a new leadership team stacked with loyalists. Yesterday, the Chinese Communist Party CCP unveiled its Politburo Standing Committee with Mr. Xi re-elected as General Secretary. Observers say the lineup, handpicked by Mr. Xi, shows he prizes loyalty over expertise and experience. The unveiling came after a week-long party congress in the capital. More than 2,300 delegates elected various leadership groups and gave Mr. Xi a new mandate over the party in a break from decades-long tradition. No other party leaders besides CCP founder Mao Zedong has ever served a third term. And finally, Boris Johnson dramatically pulled out of the leadership race last night, saying he had the support he needed to stand, although only 57 members of parliament had publicly declared their support for him. According to the former prime minister's statement in full, he said in the last few days he has been overwhelmed by the number of people who suggested that he should once again contest the Conservative Party leadership, both among the public and among friends and colleagues in parliament. He said he had been attracted because he led their party into massive election victory less than 3 years ago, and he believes that he was uniquely placed to avert a general election. A general election would be a further disastrous distraction just when the government must focus on the economic pressures faced by families across the country. And he said he believes he is well placed to deliver a Conservative victory in 2024, and he confirmed that he has cleared the very high hurdle of 102 nominations, including a Prosper and seconder, and could put his nomination in today. Well, that brings us to the end of this morning's news update. Thank you for watching Channel 44. I remind you of the Karamoja cry. We are giving a permanent solution to the region of Karamoja. Please join us as we help the people of Karamoja in a project dubbed the Robert Kayanja Bucket Initiative. In this, we are planting, plowing, and producing for the people of Karamoja. So far, a lot has been done, and there is great progress where we have planted, and the maize and beans and vegetables are already growing, and we are in position to deliver food relief to the people of Karamoja. Join us once again by sending your seed to the numbers that will be available during the services, or you can bring your seed personally here at the Miracle Center Cathedral. We are having evening revival services every day, and you are welcome to bring your seed, hand it over to the pastor himself, Pastor Robert Kayanja. He will be with us, and he will pray a blessing upon your life. You will be tremendously blessed. Otherwise, we wish you a lovely day. The Pastors Now program is up next. Stay tuned to Channel 44. You will be tremendously blessed. God bless you. Enjoy your afternoon.